Hey socialites, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Ariell. I create mainly beauty videos, fragrance, and lifestyle vlogs. So if that's the type of content you're into, I would love for you to subscribe to the channel and become a socialite. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my top 2 favorite products in every category from Sephora. Go ahead and get your popcorn, grab your drink, go sit in a tub, because this one might be kind of long, but I think you'll like it. I felt like this was the best way to give you insight on my favorite products since the sale is coming up. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. Starting off with skincare, my #1 favorite cleanser is the Peter Thomas Roth Anti-Aging Cleanser. Now this is a product that I've told you guys about several times. It was in one of my empties videos. It's just a cleanser that is deep cleansing and amazing for acne prone skin, or if you have buildup, or if your skin is having any type of texture issues. I've been using this cleanser for over 10 years now and it just never disappoints. Now when my skin is in better shape and I don't need it, I usually switch to something a little bit more gentle, but for the most part, that's the one that I typically use. Next up is the Youth to the People Superfood Cleanser. Now this is a cleanser that the socialites told me about, and you guys weren't wrong. I really like the cleanser. It's it's way more gentle than the Peter Thomas Roth. So I can use this cleanser if my skin is pretty much doing well and I just need something to clarify my skin and just keep it clean and healthy. It doesn't strip your skin or make it feel dry at all, but then it cleanses really well at the same time. And the price point isn't bad either. I think it's a little cheaper than Peter Thomas Roth, so yeah, it won't break the bank. Next up is the Sunday Riley Vitamin C Serum. This is probably my favorite serum, just period, from any store. Sunday Riley just makes amazing products. Now I really like this serum because it helps my skin to look more clear and radiant, healthy, glowy, all the things. It's one of those serums that I like to put on during the day, at night as well, but during the day I put it on my skin and put a lightweight moisturizer over top, and you just know it gives you that radiant, really clean girl look. The serum does wonders. And if I have like dark marks in my face, it helps with lightening over time. Now it may take a couple months to completely lighten up, but it has never disappointed. It is on the expensive side, so that's why I like to take advantage of the sale for that purchase. I think for the biggest bottle, which for me, because I love it so much, it makes more sense for me to get the biggest bottle, and it's like $122. So during the sale is the best time to get it. My next favorite serum is the Caudalie Source Serum. This one is a more gentle serum. So the first one I told you about, it helps, with your dark scars, brightening, rejuvenating. It has those plumping ingredients. Now the Caudalie one, it's more gentle, toned down, so you don't have to worry about if you used like an exfoliant that you won't be able to use this serum with it. It's gentle enough that you can use it in combination with any of your other skincare. Like the Sunday Riley Vitamin C, if I was to do like an exfoliant with like AHAs and BHAs, I probably wouldn't use the Sunday Riley Vitamin C because it would irritate my skin. So I like to have the Caudalie because I can use it in between when I need something a little bit more gentle, but I also can see a noticeable difference with the clarity in my skin with that one too. So I really like that serum. Now I do have an honorable mention for serums, you guys. The Glow Recipe Dewdrops. I'm pretty sure everybody has heard of them. Y'all, the hype is real for a reason with the dewdrops. It makes your skin, it gives you that glass skin look. You look so glowy. I only wear that one during the day when I want to just wear my skin and no makeup. Every now and again I'll put it on and put just like a powder foundation on top, and you get the ultimate glowy, healthy looking skin with that one. So I use that one more so for a look, to be honest, not really for, let's say, like the skincare properties to use for a month or two to improve my skin, even though it does help to improve the appearance of your skin and texture. I use it for a look. It makes me look dewy, radiant, and just like I have that healthy glow from within look. Okay, moving on to moisturizers. #1 favorite moisturizer from Sephora has got to be another Sunday Riley product. It's the Sunday Riley Vitamin Rich Hydration Cream. You guys, this is the most heavy, plushy, luxurious, creamy moisturizer at Sephora, and I really like it. It's a moisturizer that I only use at night. You see a visible difference the first time using it. Your skin just looks more radiant, looks brighter, more healthy, has a little bit of plumping ingredients in there. I really, really love it. Like I said, Sunday Riley is kind of pricey, so this is one that obviously the sale is the best time to get it. Love, love, love. 10 out of 10 for this moisturizer. My second fave from Sephora Sephora would have to be the La Mer Soft Cream. That's another one that goes without saying. It's probably the most expensive moisturizer in Sephora. I think it retails, you get a little tiny, I'm talking about almost like a travel size for $100. For just like a regular size jar, I think it's like $250 or $350 or something like that. But y'all, she's a healer. La Mer Soft Cream is a healer. If your skin is ever going through anything, the soft cream is what you want. It just like instantly heals the skin and makes your skin look so radiant. And people ask you questions about your skin when you have on La Mer. Trust me, even if you don't have the best skin, there's a noticeable difference with it, and it has that price point for a reason. I do have an honorable mention, but this one is like a hybrid. This is like a moisturizer and primer, and it's the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Cream. It's so moisturizing to the skin, but at the same time, it's lightweight enough to be able to wear under your makeup, which I love. So it's like a cross between a moisturizer and a primer. It helps with the longevity of your makeup a little bit. It just helps your makeup to lay flat and smooth on top of it, but then you can wear it by itself too, and your skin just look really healthy and radiant and stays hydrated all day long. Moving on to toners, my number one favorite toner is one that I talk about all the time. I've probably went through about 4 or 5 bottles at this point, and it's another Caudalie product, which is the Caudalie Veno Clean Toner. It's a really gentle toner, so I like to use that one when my skin is not really going through much and I'm having those good skin weeks. That's the toner I like to use. It really helps to get any extraness out of the skin that the cleanser didn't get off, kind of even out that pH balance, and then my skin just looks really healthy after it. And I like the fact that I can use it in conjunction with any of my other skincare products and don't have to worry about like a reaction or like being irritating on the skin. And then my second favorite is a new product. I'm almost done with this bottle, so I'm thinking this is gonna go on the list for my wish list for the Sephora sale, and that's the Olehenriksen Dark Spot Toner. You guys, amazing. If you watch my makeup tutorials, you know I have a lot of hyperpigmentation. Like my skin over like the past couple months, it hasn't been doing so well, mixed with the summer heat and the sweat. It just hadn't been doing great at all. And this dark spot toner has really been doing a good job at brightening the dark marks, really helps to get any extraness out of the skin that the cleanser didn't do. This is probably a toner that I won't use all the time, only when I'm having problems with my skin. But so far, so good. I'm super impressed by it, and I definitely want to get another bottle. Next up is eye cream. The number one best eye cream at Sephora. Best, number one. Not the 2. It's better than any of the eye creams that any of you probably use, which is the Clinique Repair Wear Laser Focus Under Eye Cream. She needs just a minute of silence. That eye cream is phenomenal. I'm an eye cream junkie. I love trying new eye creams, but that one is something serious. That's one of the eye creams that I like to wear also for a look. Not only does it brighten my under eyes, that it increasingly gets brighter over time. Like after using it for a month, the difference was incredible. After using it for 2 months, it was insane. It's one of those. And I also like using it similar to the Dewdrop from Glow Recipe for a look. So for those days that I don't want to wear makeup and I'm just wearing my cleansed, moisturized, glowy skin out and about, that's one of those eye creams that you put on and it just brightens, almost like you have a concealer under eye. Not to that extent, but it brightens to that point where it's like, do you have a soft focus concealer or something on? Because that's how radiant your under eyes look. I kind of feel like I try so many eye creams to try to see if I can find one that beats that one, and although I have some that I really like, nothing has beat that one yet. Next eye cream is another Glow Recipe product, and it's the avocado eye cream from Glow Recipe. You guys, it's so good. It has retinol in it, but it's not like too strong or anything like that. Don't think, oh, it has retinol, so it's gonna be too harsh on my skin. No, it plumps, it brightens, it does everything it's supposed to do. It's almost up there with the Clinique. It's really good, and I highly recommend it. And I want to say the price point might be a little cheaper than the Clinique, because that little bitty Clinique eye cream is like $55. I do have an honorable mention for eye creams, which is another Glow Recipe eye cream, y'all, and it's the Glow Recipe Guava Vitamin C eye cream. It's the pink one. Now, I I use that one often too. It does a good job. It brightens, just looks really clear. It helps soften the lines under your eyes. Now their avocado one is like that one but amped up a little bit, but I still like the pink one and I still use it, especially for traveling, because they usually give you the small ones at Sephora, like for the samples. So I always have those in my travel bag. Next up is primers. Now my first primer is actually a primer that's not my favorite on my skin, but it's an amazing primer. So amazing that I have to put this as my favorite, y'all. I'm about to explain why. So this is Danessa Yummy Skin Balm in the shade Universal. Now the socialites have been telling me for like a year, you need to try Universal, try Universal. It's amazing. It's a game changer for oily skin. It is most definitely a game changer for oily skin, you guys. If you have oily skin, this will give you a whole new world of makeup. You will not have to worry about getting oily, shiny. You will stay matte throughout the whole day. It has technology in there that allows your skin to get a little bit more matte throughout the day, which is unheard of to me. I've never heard of a product like that. But the thing about it is, with my skin, I don't have super oily skin. My skin is like normal. So for me, when I put it on, it makes my makeup look really dry. So that's the reason why I don't like it for myself. But the benefit in it for the girls with the oily skin is like one of one. Like, you have to try it. It's so good, and I highly recommend it for my girls with the oily skin. Now the next primer I'm gonna say is one primer, but it's really two because they're both Fenty primers. So the Fenty hydrating primer and the Fenty mattifying primer. So I actually use these on my clients. I've been using it on my clients for like 3 years now. These primers are phenomenal. It gives you the most creamy, buttery look to the skin, whether you use the hydrating one or whether you use the mattifying one. Just depends on the client's skin type. Really good. It helps with the longevity of the makeup, the smoothness. I have no complaints from those primers. And then an honorable mention that was also on moisturizers is the vitamin enriched cream from Bobbi Brown. Remember I said it's a moisturizer and it's a primer. So I put it in the primer category, and I already explained to you guys why. Basically, it's super hydrating on the skin, helps your makeup to lay down so evenly and smooth, helps a little bit with the longevity of the skin, but it's just a really great hydrating product. Moving on to foundation. Number one foundation you guys probably already know is the Haus Labs foundation. And it's number one not only because it's beautiful on my skin, but because this is a foundation that I can recommend for any and everybody. If you have dry skin, normal skin, oily skin, textured skin, it's a really good product. It gives you like a medium coverage. You can get full coverage out of it as well, which I love. Lays smooth on any skin type, you guys. It is gorgeous. It comes in an insane amount of shades. I want to say like 40 to 50 shades it has in it. So you're definitely going to have your perfect match somewhere in that shade range, you guys. It's a beautiful foundation and it looks great on everybody. Pretty long lasting as well. You don't have to worry about it getting super oily or wearing off about the 5-hour mark. You're gonna get a good 8, 9, 10 plus hours out of this one. Next foundation is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation, y'all. Love it. Anytime I know that my makeup is gonna be bomb regardless, like sometimes I try new things and it's like, my skin looks dry, or this color isn't quite right. But Haus Labs and Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin, I already know my makeup is gonna look ultra beautiful. I feel so pretty when I wear it because I don't even have to worry about it. Whatever other products I use in conjunction with the beautiful skin, I know that my makeup is gonna look flawless. It's long wearing on me. I get about 12 hours of wear with that one. Lays so buttery and creamy. I don't like a matte finish to the skin. It just has the perfect finish to me. Doesn't crease on me. Highly recommend. Some people have said this is a little bit heavy on them, but a tip is don't use too much. With this foundation, you only need like a half a pump to 1 pump. If you need a lot of coverage, 1 pump is a lot. And I do have an honorable mention for foundation, which is the Westman Atelier foundation. Y'all, it's so beautiful. It gives you that similar look to the beautiful skin, just very creamy and radiant. It just gives you that beautiful, expensive skin look. It makes you look like you have good skin even if you don't have good skin. I get about 6 hours of wear before I need to touch up with that one, but it is ultra beautiful. Doesn't come in a whole lot of shades, but if it comes in your shade and you have normal skin or dry skin, try it out. Moving on to powder foundation. First favorite powder foundation is the Makeup Forever powder foundation. So beautiful. They reformulated it, I want to say about a year ago, maybe a little less. Y'all, it gives you the most velvety, creamy look on your skin. It looks like you have on a liquid foundation. That's how flawless it is. I start to get shiny after about the 5-hour mark, so I do have to touch up with it, but it's so gorgeous. I don't mind. They do have a lot in the shade range, but I have heard some people say that they don't have a match in that. I'm glad that I have a match. I would say try it out if you're somebody that sort of wants that one and done to sweep a powder and be done with your complexion. Try it out. It's so beautiful. I get so many compliments when I wear that foundation. Second favorite powder foundation has got to be the new Sephora collection powder foundation, the Best Skin Ever powder foundation. It's gorgeous. It's similar to the Makeup Forever finish, the powder foundation I just told you about. Not quite as velvety, gives you a little bit more of a matte look, but after it settles in your skin about a couple hours, it starts to look just as creamy. It's beautiful. That's another one that comes in an enormous shade range. So I feel like if they don't have your shade in the Makeup Forever foundation powder, try the Sephora collection Best Skin Ever powder foundation, and it's 30% off during the sale. Try it out, come back, let me know what you think. Next up is skin tints. The first two I'm just gonna put together. I'm gonna make it one even though it's two, which is the Fenty skin tint. So the Fenty Eaze Drop skin tint does come in liquid form, and then it recently launched in a stick form. Both of them are so beautiful. The Eaze Drop liquid I've been wearing for like a year or so now. So natural looking. I really like it, and it has pretty good longevity. I get about 6 to 8 hours with that one before I have to touch up. And then the Eaze Drop stick, I get about the same amount of long wear, if not a little bit longer, because that one's a little bit more matte, but don't think like ultra matte or dry looking. Think matte like it looks like actual skin. You guys, it's the closest thing in my whole makeup collection that resembles actual skin. If you want that undetectable makeup look, try the Fenty Eaze Drop stick. It's so worth it. I will say that the shade range is a little wonky, so try it out. Hopefully they have your shade. Second favorite skin tint is the Born This Way Healthy Glow skin tint. Now that one launched about maybe a year or so ago. Beautiful. Now this one is a little heavier than the previous skin tints I told you about. It more so resembles the look of a foundation. You get amazing coverage from it, but it has really good ingredients in it. Super nourishing on the skin. I get about 6 to 8 hours of wear, which for me is really good out of that one, but it makes my skin look so buttery and creamy. It reminds you of the finish of the Haus Labs foundation. They look really similar on the skin. My honorable mention for the skin tint would have to be the new Hourglass Veil skin tint. Looks ultra natural, super sheer. If you like that minimal makeup look, the Hourglass is where it's at. Moving on to concealer, the Dior Forever Skin Correct is my #1 favorite concealer. It has the perfect amount of coverage. It lays so smooth and creamy on the skin. Most concealers I find that you have to let sit on the skin for a couple of minutes to sort of thicken up. That way when you blend it, it can be a little bit more even and provide a little bit more coverage. But this one, you don't have to do that. It immediately lays flawlessly. I don't know what they have in that, but it is the most gorgeous, easy to blend concealer ever. You don't realize how much work it is to blend concealer until you use this one, and then you're like, wait a minute, tap tap tap, you're done. Like, such a great product, you guys, and I love the shade. I use the shade 4,5N to highlight under my eyes. Super natural. It looks so effortless. I highly recommend it. #2 fave is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter. Similar to the Dior, it blends out like a dream, and you don't have to let it sit on the skin and wait for it to thicken up. It immediately goes smooth on the skin. Tap it a few times, but like the Dior Forever Skin Correct, it doesn't settle that that much in the fine lines either, and it provides a great amount of coverage. I use the color 6.5G Brittle, which gives me a little bit of more brightness than the color that I wear in the Dior Forever, and it's just so beautiful. I do have an honorable mention for the concealer as well, which is the new Haus Labs concealer. I wanted to give this one an honorable mention because it blends like a dream like the other two, and it doesn't really settle that much into fine lines, just very minimal. But the reason why it hasn't bumped one of the first two out of the way, because I have to put 2 coats on there to sort of get that coverage that I'm looking for with that I get with the other two. So it's more of a medium coverage, which for some of you may be perfect, but I just prefer a little bit more coverage under eye. Next up is cream contour. Number 1 best cream contour at Sephora is the Huda Beauty Tantour Contour Cream. So Huda made the list for concealer and for cream contour, you guys. Amazing products. That's another one of those products that you don't realize how much work you do to blend cream bronzers or cream contours until you use that one. So buttery and effortless. Takes time off of doing your makeup. I wear the color 2 medium that works for really a big range of African American skin tones because it's pretty deep. Y'all, amazing product. If you haven't tried it yet, you need to give it a try, especially if you're somebody that sort of struggles using the cream products for bronzers or contouring. If you stick to powder, if you try that one, you might start doing cream contour. Next cream contour product is the LYS cream bronzing stick. So I've been using that one for maybe about 6 to 8 months now, and I'm really enjoying it. It's more matte of a texture than the Huda Beauty one. Is really creamy. The LYS is a little bit more stiff, but the thing I really like about it is you can get sort of that more structured look with that one, but it's easy to blend at the same time, and I absolutely love the color I wear, which is Courage. So you get, on my skin tone, Courage is like, it shows up, but it's not super deep like the Huda Beauty one. So when I want that sort of natural, effortless bronzing that doesn't look like a deep contour, that's the one I use. Moving on to setting powder. Number 1 favorite setting powder would have to be the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Powder. I've been using it for so many years, I can't even count. You just can't go wrong with it. Doesn't give you flashback. Really smooth look to the skin. Such a flawless looking powder. They have it in translucent. They have it in like a medium dark or dark medium or something like that. And I find that even that one works for deeper skin tones. You just have to really buff it into the skin, and it just leaves a flawless makeup look. Like when you want that flawless skin look, the Laura Mercier is it. Second favorite would have to be the Sephora Collection Micro Smooth Powder. So gorgeous. So if you want more like that medium coverage, if you're wearing a full coverage foundation and you don't want to put another heavy powder on top, like a powder foundation or a powder that has a lot of color to it like that NARS powder does, try the Micro Smooth Powder. It has like light to medium coverage to it, goes on really smooth on the skin, not heavy at all, doesn't flash back. It comes in an enormous, the color range is just unmatched. A lot of people really love it. It's a staple in Minnie's collection, and it's affordable. I think the powder is like $20, so you get 30% off with the sale. Can't go wrong with Sephora Collection Micro Smooth. I do have an honorable mention, and this one's an honorable mention because I don't use this setting powder for all over, but I would consider it a setting powder, and I love it, which is the One Size Loose Powder. I wear the color Ultra Pink. Typically I wear it under eye, and it gives you the most natural, most beautiful, flawless, filtered look to the skin. I absolutely love it. Since I got that one, it's been kind of hard to get back to the Laura Mercier, even though I really love my Laura Mercier, but I only use that one under eye, and it's just so smooth. It even looks more seamless and more natural than the Laura Mercier on my skin. Next category is brightening powders. Now these are powders that I only put under eye for brightening. So number 1 would have to be the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish Powder. Now a lot of you use it for all over, and it's beautiful for that, but I use a lighter shade. I use the shade 2 medium just for under eye, and it just gives you this super bright, effortless look. The thing I love most about it is the more you put on, the more smooth it looks under your eye, but at the same time, no matter how much you put on, it never looks heavy. I've never really seen that with a brightening powder, and I absolutely love it. If you're a beginner with makeup, you can't go wrong with that one. And next is a new one. I've only been using it for a couple weeks now, and it's the Huda Beauty Pressed Powder in Cherry Blossom Cake. So I use that for brightening, and it just gives me something different than the Charlotte Tilbury. It gives me a slight pink tint, but it's a little on the pale side, but I just put a tiny bit just right here in the inner corners, and it just gives me a really pretty brightening effect, especially like to wear out, like if you're going out at night and you want that just beat face look with that ultra bright under eye. I don't put too much, but it makes a difference, and it's really pretty. It's another one that when I put more and more on, it never looks heavy. Next category is finishing powders. Number one favorite finishing powder, number one is the Hourglass Ambient Powders. Ultra gorgeous. I have it literally all over my face. You see how, you see that little sheen there, and you see that sheen across my forehead, and when I move, that little, just a light sheen that almost looks like just a glow from within, or maybe it might look like I've been having on my makeup for a couple hours and it's just the natural oil showing through. This is not natural oils. I created this with the finishing powder. The Hourglass Ambient Powders are super lightweight, and it creates a look. Next finishing powder is the Makeup Forever Twist and Light powder. Very beautiful powder. This is one that you have to play around with for a while, and some people are intimidated by it because it comes in this little mechanism that has like 3 different colors in it, and it looks sort of shimmery, but on the skin it gives you this super soft, radiant, filtered look to the skin that is so gorgeous. It's similar to the Hourglass, but it's a little bit more understated than the Hourglass. In fact, it's so understated that I can set my entire face with it. Hourglass, I go strategically placed here, maybe a little on my nose. But with the Makeup Forever Twist and Light, you can literally set your whole entire face, and it just gives you a softer, filtered look to the skin without looking too shimmery. Next up is powdered bronzer slash powdered contour. Number one fave would have to be the NARS Laguna bronzer. I wear Laguna number 6. It's so beautiful. I just use it to bronze the skin. I love the undertone of Laguna number 6, and I love how the powders are so soft it almost feels velvety. You can't go wrong with that one. It's never patchy, really smooth. It glides across the skin. I really love it. And number 2 is another product that was in another category, which is the Sephora collection Micro Smooth Powder. I also have a darker color that I use. It's like a couple shades darker than my skin tone that I like to use to bronze the skin, and it just looks so effortless in a way, because remember I told you it's like a light to medium coverage, so you sort of can deepen the skin a little bit, but it doesn't look heavier like you have a lot of powder on. So if you're somebody that doesn't like a lot of bronzer or a heavy contour, and you just want to add a little structure or just sort of bring the color back to your skin, try using the Sephora collection Micro Smooth Powder in a darker shade. Next up is blush. Number one favorite blush formula that is in Sephora is the Makeup by Mario Plumping Blushes. I just like the technology of it more than anything. When you put it on your skin, it just makes your skin look more youthful and plump and glowy. Comes in, I want to say like 8 different colors. I only own one color, but the formula is so gorgeous, and I've never used anything else like it, so that's why it's number 1. Number 2 is my Pat McGrath blush in the color Paradise Venus. So beautiful. I'm actually wearing it today with a super light hand, but it's probably my favorite shade in blush, and it's such a soft powder that it just almost feels creamy, y'all. The quality is really, really good on the Pat McGrath blushes. Next up is highlighter. I only have one highlighter to share with you guys, which is the Charlotte Tilbury Highlighting Wand in Pillow Talk. Such a beautiful glow. I really love that highlighter. I've tried several, but that one is just so effortless to me. So comment down below, let me know, what is your your favorite highlighter from Sephora and why. Moving on to eyebrows, number one favorite, you guys already know if you watch my videos regularly, my favorite eyebrow pencil is the Sephora Collection Micro Brow Pencil. Such a skinny tip to it, but sturdy enough not to break. Just a beautiful product. The quality is there. I think it's only $12, so with the 30% off, you're getting a great deal. I usually buy two during the sale. Y'all, such a great pencil. It's up there with the most expensive pencils and the best of the best, like up there with the Benefits and the Anastasia brow products. It's that good. Second favorite brow product is the Benefit Brow Powder. It's a new one. I think it's been out for like a year or so now, if that. You guys, such a creamy, soft, buttery powder. Absolutely love it. Goes on smooth, never looks heavy. I love it for that too. I'm able to use it at the head of my brow to sort of soften the look. I really like that eyebrow powder. I more so use it on the days where I'm doing a no makeup look and I want a really soft brow look. That's the one I go for. I do have an honorable mention, and this one's an honorable mention because I don't think it's available at Sephora yet, but it's the new LYS brow pencil. You guys, so skinny. It comes in the signature triangular shape that makes it perfect to just outline and get that sharp, crisp brow. If you're somebody that likes precise brows, it's a really good pencil and it comes in a great amount of shades. Next category is eyeliner pens. Number one favorite would have to be the Rare Beauty eyeliner pen. You guys, it's so black. It doesn't skip. The felt tip never dries out. I'd had tried so many before that one, and it's like after I used it 3, 4, maybe 5 times, I find that it starts getting dry or it'll skip across the skin. The Rare Beauty eyeliner pen glides on like butter and it's ultra black. I love it. It's my number one fave. Number two would have to be the Tom Ford eyeliner pen. Now that one's kind of new to my collection. I've been using it a couple months now. One of the socialites told me about it like a year ago or like during the holidays last year. Never got around to getting it, y'all. I tried it and I'm like, okay, this is what she's talking about. It's double-ended, so on one side the felt tip is a little longer, and then you flip to the other side and the felt tip part is shorter and more stiff. So if you want a little baby precise wing, or you want to get that cat eye effect right on the inner corner of your eye, you can use the little short side. And if you want to do a more dramatic or medium like wing, you can turn it on the other side. It's just as smooth as the Rare Beauty, and you can get ultimate precision. Doesn't dry out. Next up is eyeshadow. Number one favorite eyeshadow, not so much for the formula, even though the formula is good, is the NARS eyeshadows. In editing, I'm realizing that NARS eyeshadows are not sold in Sephora. Sorry, y'all. I just like their palettes. When their eyeshadow palettes come out, they usually arrange a really unique shade range in there, and they just look expensive. I love NARS eyeshadows. It just gives you usually a beautiful sheen to them or something different. Not as buttery and creamy as some of the other brands. I know what y'all gonna say, but something about the way they put the shades together, I really like the NARS eyeshadows. Number two would have to be Charlotte Tilbury. So when you talk about that creamy, buttery pigment that gives you ultimate pigment, glides smooth on the eye and comes in beautiful shades, Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow palettes I really love. Honorable mention would have to be the Sephora Collection little single shadows. I'm actually wearing one on my lid now that's a beautiful shimmery shade. It can sometimes give you that sort of wet look. Their single shadows come in some amazing shades and textures. Some of their textures will blow you away. So I recommend when the sale starts, just go over to the Sephora Collection and just start swatching some. You'll be so surprised. I really love them. Moving on to mascara, number one favorite would have to be the YSL Lash Clash. It's hyped up for a reason. It elongates, it gives you volume, it separates, it doesn't look clumpy, it's ultra black. I have little bitty baby lashes, you guys. My lashes are so tiny, but that's the first mascara I used that actually made it look like I have lashes, and obsessed. I've bought 2 tubes of it so far. Number two would have to be the Fenty Hella Thick mascara. Gives you that super thick look to your lashes easy to apply. Some people say it looks clumpy, but it's hella thick. It's supposed to look thick, and I like the way it looks. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely a solid number 2. I like the Fenty hella thick. Comment down below, let me know what you think. A lot of you guys recommended it to me, and that's why I got it in the first place, and I'm happy with the purchase. Lip liner number 1 goes to the Makeup Forever lip liners. My favorite shade is Limitless Brown. It's a beautiful brown shade. One of the socialites told me that it's the actual same color as Chestnut from MAC. Goes on smooth and creamy, but then stays put. Next lip liner would have to be the Sephora collection retractable lip liner. I have them in about 4 or 5 shades. Really creamy and smooth. You don't have to worry about sharpening the pencil because it is retractable. It comes in a large shade range, you guys, so you're sure to find something that you like. I enjoy them. Comment down below if you like the Sephora collection retractable lip liners. Lipstick, my number 1 favorite lipstick, not only the formula but the shade, is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lipsticks. I love them. I love them. They don't look dry. They don't look super shiny. It's just like the perfect finish to them, like a soft satin finish to them. The color Pillow Talk is the most perfect color for any skin tone, period. It works for my skin tone. It works for a pale skin tone, works for a deep dark skin tone. I would just wear a liner with it. It's a beautiful nudie pink that just works. And it stays on the lip for a long time. Number 2 favorite lipstick formula at Sephora right now has to be the new matte lipsticks that comes in the bullet from Sephora. So beautiful. They feel so plushy and comfortable on the lip, but then they look really matte. I love them. I have 3 colors already. I'm actually wearing the nude shade today, number 21, but I just lightly tapped it and then put a gloss on top. But I've been wearing them nonstop, ultra comfortable. I think they're like $13 or $15. So yeah, take advantage of it and get the 30% off with the sale. I highly recommend them. They stay put. They don't move, and it's not that matte lip that makes your lips dry. It's sort of a plushy matte. It's hard to explain, so I recommend you go to the store and swatch them. Next up is lip gloss. So it's a tie for me between the NARS lip glosses. My favorite shade is Orgasm. So beautiful. It doesn't get on your teeth like some of them do. Smooth, and that color is just perfect. The perfect natural color. And then the Fenty lip gloss bombs. They're so super shiny. Those don't get on your teeth either, and I love the shades that the Fenty gloss bombs come in. Next up is the liquid lipstick. So my number 1 favorite, which is sort of new to me, I've probably been using for maybe about 3 months or so, which is the new Charlotte Tilbury lip blurs. They're like a lipstick, but then it's in like a liquid lipstick like form, but it's a little thicker than the typical liquid lipstick. You can wear them super pigmented by applying it straight to the lip, or you can dab it and wear it blurred, and it gives you a more natural kind of like runway look. Y'all, so beautiful, ultra comfortable on the lip, and it doesn't really transfer. It stays put. Number 2 is the Huda Beauty Matte Ultra Comfort liquid lipsticks. Now I've been using those for years. I use them on my clients, especially brides, because they don't budge, don't move. Come in so many different colors. That's another one that just feels so ultra comfortable on your lip. You get a matte look, but it doesn't feel like dry or crackly. It just feels sort of comfortable where when you move, you don't have to worry about it settling cracks. Really good product. I do have an honorable mention for the liquid lipsticks, which are the Fenty Velvet lipsticks in that tube, the one that Rihanna wore to the Super Bowl. I really like those. They come in the most gorgeous shades. On the lip, it looks like literal velvet. It looks like a literal velvet texture on the lip. They're so gorgeous. But the reason why it's an honorable mention, and it's not the 1 or the 2, because they transfer so much. They get on your teeth. I looked up one time, it was on my cheek. Like, they get all over the place, but the shades are so beautiful. You just have to be careful with those. Next up is lip balm. Number 1 favorite would have to be the Fenty Plush Pudding. Y'all, so creamy and buttery on the lips. I love it so much. I wear them to bed sometimes, or just during the day to keep my lips hydrated. It doesn't get dry or turn white in your cracks. wax. It just makes your lips look so smooth with no lines in it. Highly nourishing, and I really like it. Number 2 is going to be the Tom Ford Lip Balm. Now this is something you get when you just want to splurge, because it's pretty expensive, you guys, but when you put the balm on, your lips feel creamy and nourished throughout the whole day. It is one of those color changing ones, so when you put it on your lips, depending on your pH, it may turn a little pink shade, which I like, especially for my no makeup days. Okay, y'all, we're almost to the end. I think we have like 4 categories left. I need some water. Okay, next category is setting spray. Number 1 would have to be my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish Spray. Melts everything into your skin. Also helps with the longevity of your makeup. A lot of people don't know that. It helps to melt the makeup in your skin. It's just one of those setting sprays that does what it's supposed to do. I love the finish of my makeup after I put it on. Number 2 is a new fave, which is the LYS. And to be honest, I don't know if that one or the Charlotte Tilbury is my favorite, but those are the top 2. The new LYS Natural Finish Spray is phenomenal. It's new, so try it out. First time I put it on, when I got it in the mail, I had my makeup on already like 5 hours, and I read on the card that it says it mattifies, and so when I sprayed it on my skin, it instantly mattified my makeup. I said, I'm sold. So the next time I did my makeup, I used it, and then I've been really using it ever since on almost all my tutorials, you guys. I highly recommend it. Next category is fragrance. I'm only going to give you guys a couple fragrances. Comment down below if you would like to see a separate video on my fragrance recommendations from Sephora, because it will be too many. Number 1 I'll give you guys is the Burberry Her. It's just a beautiful, fruity, musky fragrance that lasts all day long. It's a compliment getter to be so simple. It's simple, but it's beautiful. It's one of those fragrances that's an easy reach to wear. Just if you don't know what to put on and you're not going anywhere special, it's just you're getting up, getting ready to go for the day or to work, or you're going to the mall or the park or to run errands, Burberry Her is it. You'll smell ultra pretty all day. Next is Libre Intense, YSL Libre Intense. This is a moodier one, so I would wear this more so at night. Gives fall vibes. It's like ambery, a tiny bit spicy, a little bit sweet, smells super expensive and luxe. I do have an honorable mention, which is the Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. Y'all, it just smells expensive. Definitely smells like something you would wear more so in the summertime, but for me, I would wear it year round because it smells clean. Gives that clean sort of feel to it. It smells like sweet, but not too sweet, coconutty. Smells like an expensive sunscreen or something like that. Smells ultra luxe, and it's completely different than anything else I have. I highly recommend it. Moving on to body creams. Number 1 would have to be the Josie Maran Whipped Argan Oil Body Cream. So creamy and it's the most ultra hydrating body cream that I've ever tried, and I've tried a boatload of them. Really good, highly nourishing. The one I have doesn't have a scent. It just feels so amazing on your skin. When you put it on at night, you won't even have to put on lotion the next day. Number 2 would have to be the Fenty body creams. 3 different scents to it. They have like the vanilla one, they have the holiday one that smells like a cinnamon bun, then they have the regular blue that comes in a blue thing that's almost like a tropical scent to them. I like them all. They're really nourishing. They leave a pretty shine to the skin too. The holiday one has shimmers in it. Just, they feel so great on the skin. My number 1 favorite would have to be the Shimmering Holiday Limited Edition. It's currently in stock, so you guys can definitely put it on your wish list for the Sephora sale. They're really good. I really don't have any complaints with those. Last category would have to be tools. Number 1 tools I would recommend is specifically the Sephora Pro Brush Set. It just came out maybe about a month ago, but it's really good. You get 8 full-size pro brushes in there for $95, and that's before your 30% off with the sale. So I highly recommend them. These brushes will run you on individually about $20 to $30. So you do the math and see what that savings is. I've used the brushes, so I can confirm that it's the same amazing quality that we get from their Sephora Pro Brush line. It's an amazing bargain. Number 2 is the Beauty Blender Pocket Puff. You guys, I really love it. I use it only for under eye setting, and it just gives you a smooth appearance. If you're somebody that struggles with getting that smooth under eye, try the Beauty Blender Pocket Puff with your powder. You'll never go back. Like, if your technique is not down, that tool will be all you need to get that smooth under eye. Feels really great on the skin too. The quality is phenomenal. So that's it for my top 2 in every category from Sephora. Hopefully this was helpful, you guys. I was brainstorming on the best way to help you guys out with recommendations. I do have a recommendations video up already, but this one is a little bit more in-depth. If you haven't seen that one yet, click on the link right there. Check it out. Comment down below. Share with us some of your favorites in these categories. That way we can kind of see. If I see 3 of y'all say the same thing for one of those categories and I don't have it, I think I might put that on my list for the Sephora sale. So this was so much fun. Let me know if you guys enjoyed it. If you're new here, I would love for you to come back, join the family, subscribe. I talk a lot about makeup, fragrance, a lot of girly stuff. Sometimes we do chit chats on the Get Ready With Me. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. 'Cause I've been where you are. You're too scared to show me love. 'Cause too fresh with the scars. Well, I don't have the answers.